Hello, my name is Jackson, and welcome to the stream. And I didn't have too much of an eventful day today, so I'm feeling pretty energized. Is too strong of a word, but I feel like I have some energy to definitely spend some time working on my project some more. Let's get right into it. All right, everything seems to be looking just fine. Yep, perfect. Okay, so we last left off with I finally figured out how to properly set up signals to control multiple objects with one signal and have one object be controlled by multiple signals. And for example, let's just like this cube right here. Go ahead and press play. Oh, gotta connect my controller. At least see the game, so that's good. Oh, there we go. Okay. So here, if I go ahead and punch this button in the wall, moves upwards, punch it again, it moves downwards. But then I've also figured out how to make it so a different button can activate and deactivate this so that I could have a puzzle set up where I've got multiple buttons and I've got multiple platforms and pressing them in a specific order will have the platforms stick out in a way that will allow the player to hop across them. And also figured out how to reset the position of the folder here, that was fairly simple. All right, I'm just testing right now if I can like accidentally walk into it. I think I did set it up so that there's a little extra space, so that's good. Okay, now, oh yes, I forgot. I also did this. Perfect. Hmm. What do I want to do next? Okay, so let's exit out first. Uh, Let me check my design. Yeah, I guess I could, excuse me, think what I can do next. Actually set up like a Simon Says sort of mini game. Now, granted, actually, you know what? Let's not do that now because I just realized how much I'm gonna have to spend time researching, and that's obviously not like I'd rather spend that time on my own outside of stream because did some research last night. Wasn't too intriguing, but for now, let's go open up my level. Means levels. This level. Oh yeah, I forgot. Test level, or no, level one. Oh, I have this grid system here, but all right. Apologies for that. But don't quite know how to make this more efficient. Also, why is the camera stuck there? Is it because I have this camera? or the camera pivot as top level. Yeah, that's stupid, but whatever. Oh, wrong tool. Okay. Um. Okay, so I've got that. I guess I could set up stuff for like a cannon, because one thing I want to do with this boulder is I want to treat it like carrying a heavy object like Chunky does in DK64, and then like place it on a pressure plate to activate something. But I also want to set up how he did it with like in if anybody who's played DK64, Gloomy Galleon, Chunky has a puzzle in there where he can pick up cannonballs and place them in a cannon and then shoot the cannon itself. I don't think I want to set up shooting the cannon at the very least, not at the moment. But I at least know that I want the cannon to be a scripted sequence where it would like break down this wall, for example. What? And I click on? Oh, I have the translate tool. That's why. Yeah. I at least want to break down this wall because I originally had it so that the charge punch that I used to push this button in to break down this wall, but as somebody pointed out to me, that's like boring as hell, and it just feels like a pointless time gate. So I'm like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. So now you might be asking, well, carrying a heavy boulder to a cannon, isn't that more boring? But I'm thinking of ways of making that an interesting challenge. Like for example, you could move across a a pathway that has hazards like poking in and out of it periodically, so you have to time it, or some other obstacles like that as well, of course, to make it more interesting. But excuse me, just had to blow my nose. So for now, let's oh, excuse me. Let's go ahead and make a scene. It will need an area, but I think what I can do is make it a static body. Area 3D. Wait, no. Static, collision shape first. Collision shape. New box. Then mesh. Do a box as well. And have it so that, let me slow down a little bit. Uh, do I want to set this up? Nope, not that far. Hold on. Yeah, transform. Uh, one. Nope, that's too high. So that would be 0.5. Yes, perfect. And then do one to the, no, Z. One, and then make this 0.25. Move this back to 0.5. Uh, is it 6.5? 0.6. It's still a little in between. I mean, doesn't really matter. Let's just duplicate this and move it so it's negative. There we go. Now let's add another, call this wheel, and then wheel 1 or wheel 2. Now let's add the body mesh. Mesh. Oh, there we go. Okay. Box mesh. Raise this to be 1. Nope. Thinking in Unreal for a second there, since Z is the vertical axis. Then, uh, guess let's go ahead and go to the mesh. It's 3, like 2.5. And then we want to move it along the x-axis. So let's do 1. Honestly, I think that looks good. Hmm. Yes, I know it looks a little bit like a penis, but I mean, that's can't really do much with basic shapes. I guess how would I make it look less like one? Um, let's see. Can I modify these? Subdivide width. Does this work? I've never worked with this subdivision in here before. Oh, interesting. You know what? Let me add another mesh. Then have this be a cylinder. Have it be pretty flat. The height 0.25. Have the top radius. Set the 2. That is pretty big. So let's see if when we move it to the right, -1. Yeah, I like that more. And then we can have this area be where we place the cannonball. It's a little big though. Do 0.5, 0.5. Or hold on. Let me change the light. There we go. Okay. Uh, no, I think that curve is going to cause some problems. Or hold on. I think I will actually need it if I want to walk on top of this because I can't jump while carrying the boulder. So if I make this an elevated platform, ooh, or let me look at my pressure plate. Let's see how this looks. So this is 0.25 width, and it is transform on 0. Okay, excuse me. That'll actually stick out of the ground perfectly fine. I think it should be okay. I still need to set up the collision though. So let me yeah, grab the circle. There we go. And then let me do 0.5. There we go. And then just to keep it simple, I won't bother adding collision to the wheels. So now let's add an, you know what? Yeah, actually first let's do cannon. Save this. Scenes. I guess it could be considered a switch. Uh, yeah, these are more, you know, I'll save it in objects for now. Go back to my test level. Scenes, objects, cannon. Fits perfectly. Okay. So let's bring this over here. Then do Y90. Perfect. Okay. Then yes, now let's add the area 2D to this. Area art, area 3D. I was teaching stuff in 2D earlier today, so now this needs its own collision shape. 3D. Great. Cylinder. Radius of 2. 0.25. Over 1. Perfect. Save. Now this pressure plate, what was the script on this? Pressure plate down. Okay. Now with the cannon, we add a script to the cannon. I don't know why saving scripts and saving scenes defaults to the same last location where you saved one of them, and you can't have a default save location for scenes scripts separately. That's annoying. It's probably something like project setting that I need to change, but oh well. And this in scripts, and then from scripts, put it in switches. And then I guess, oh, moving platform test. Leave it there for now. Okay, so I guess if I put it in switches, I might as well put this in switches as well. Excuse me. Okay, so all we need is to create a signal. Node, body, wait, no, it is a body. Okay, so on body entered. Make sure it is a one shot because I want to destroy the wall and then do nothing else after that. So one shot will be a nice way. Make sure that is the case. Oh, one shot, connect. All right. Export variable. Uh, breakable wall. Have it be. What is this? Oh, go back. It is an area. Okay. So now, added script area 3D. Go ahead and do break breakable wall. Got you free. Save this. Now let's go back into the test level. 3D. Got here. Got our export. Oh, hold on. What? Where's the script? Is it just not attached to this? Scripts, switches, canon. There we go. Okay. Assign. Oh God. Uh, breakable wall. Okay. And then I also need to make sure that this collision. So let me just look at the pressure plate. Where's the collision? Oh, here. So layer 15 looking for layer 14. Okay. This should be good. Well, hold on. What? Where did it go? Am I missing something? 15, 14. Script. Breakable wall. Dot queue free. Failed loading. Make sure scenes. Okay, let me drag it in again. Interesting. Form 90. Didn't save scene likely dependencies. What the hell? What's happening? Okay, that's there. Oh, I didn't set the, yeah, okay. I didn't set it after I put it back in. Sign. Breakable wall. Save. Reload. Now, if I grab this, go, boom. And then if I activate it again, I won't get any errors because I made it a one-shot. Perfect. Now I have to make it consume the boulder, or the cannonball in this case. So, to be cannon to body dot view free. That should be simple enough, right? Test level play. Still shows that like error of not being able to save properly. Perfect. All right. Hold on. Why is that collision not working? What? Okay. Cannon, collision shape. What? How am I able to enter that? My player exists on layer one. Oh, that's right. I gotta switch it to layer two. I forgot. Go back to cannon. Just on layer two, looking for layer one. Okay, why? Instances or inheritance couldn't be satisfied. Okay, it says everything is saved though. I'm just gonna close this and reopen. Okay, it just saved the layer stuff. Okay, just technology being technology, I guess. Whatever. All right, one last time. One more check. Perfect. Applied with this. Now if I grab this and slam it down, boom, launches the cannon. All right. I could add some particle effects, but this is a prototype, not a finished product. Besides, I added particle effects, the most important ones. Like for example, for this, as you can see right here, it's like it shows you the outline of where stuff is supposed to be. So if I, and also for your player, whenever you're charging abilities. So if I do this with this character, it activates those platforms. And then it's on a timer, and then they disappear and they'll show up again. So I've already added particle effects to showcase certain abilities so players have more feedback for when they're like testing things, but obviously that for now is not my highest priority. Oh, float. All right. Well, go ahead and take a pause right there since I need to go to the bathroom. So I will be back shortly. right. I am back. Got some water as well. Whew. And get back to work. All right. We just did the cannon. What else do? Oh, hold on. These are bodies. This. What if I want to check something? Grid box. Would it be? It would be objects, right? Yeah, grid box. Excuse me. What if I make this exist on layer 14 as well? The boulder is on 14. So, does that mean if I push these onto the pressure plate? Now, granted, as you can see, there might be like lips around these boxes, but this one's like a proper physics box that like I can't push it past. But this one is like connected to the grid, so it just kind of goes through. Ah, yeah, okay. That's what I thought. So even though they're like perfectly aligned to a grid, or almost perfectly aligned, I guess, they can still activate it. Because you can't see right now, but if I were to stop, see right here, pressure plate down, that means that this detected the grid box itself. So I guess I could make this slightly smaller. Go to the pressure plate. And then do something like vision shape. We do the mesh instance first. Let me do 1.95 or 0.9, 1.9. I want to see this visually first. Not quite. Let's go to 1.8. What's that visually? Oh, it's just oh, it's gonna be so specific. Okay, let's go here. Nope, let's go here. Now, slow down the camera. You. All right, now let's see. It's just a little, or is it a little past? Oh yeah, just barely past. But honestly, that's fine. That's fine. So now if I make this 1.85, go to the collision shape, 0.85, 0.85, save this, go back to my test level, do it again. Ah, crap. I went on the angle of it, so now I'm like slightly off center. See if I do this a bunch of times on this like angled slope, I'm completely off center now. Yeah, I think I'll just get rid of those entirely. But if I push it there, it is not detected. I mean, as it should, because it's clearly not touching. If I push it there, perfect. It's also covering it. It looks like it's properly pressed. Push that there. Push it back on. There we go. Okay. So we could do like a sliding block puzzle sort of deal where that can, like I slide a few of these blocks around. You set that up. Also, as you might notice, I've got like a tall one and a short one. That's because I wanted to set it up so that I could also use the sliding blocks to act as platforms. So this red character, I just call him Diddy for now because of course like the Simeon Spring power up. But so Diddy right here and jump up and do a high jump. We could do stuff like this. Jump here, jump here, and jump here. Then you can switch to my tiny character and hover to an area. Now, of course, you might notice it's kind of hard to see on stream, but oh no, actually, it's actually pretty easy to see. Let me change perspective though. Let me go back here from down here. Yes, over here. So you see this giant yellow sphere? This is a mechanic that I am adding called a nullification zone. And essentially, because I am allowing the player to switch freely between the three characters that I have, like the tag anywhere mod for DK64. I want to actually be able to design my level to force players to still use specific Kongs in specific areas, sort of like a this is like this Kong challenge, and you can't do anything else in this area until you like for example this yellow sphere I can go in as my DK character here, but then if as soon as I switch I can't I can only look around and crouch. I can't do anything unless I am DK. Now, granted, right there, as you can see, it sort of saves a jump input while I'm the other character. I have no idea why. Now that I just said that, I have an idea why. It's because I set my velocity to be positive, and because I'm on the ground still, gravity is not applying. So my velocity is technically positive, like or like going up, and then because I'm not on the ground, gravity's not counteracting it. So when I switch and I'm finally allowed to move again, that's when it updates. Either way, back on track. So obviously it's kind of hard to see when you're in the sphere because like of the like you can drawing a blank. You can only see the outside of it because that's how a standard 3D mesh works. So you can't really tell that you're inside of the sphere. I've been thinking of adding particle effects, like how you see that over there off in the distance, top right corner. Adding particle effects to that to showcase like the area of the sphere. Either way, though, this right here is called a null obelisk, and the it's to be able to unlock the area for the other characters that you have. You need to come up with this designated character and then attack it to destroy it. So now this area is free of the nullification zone. And I can do everything else with these characters. Jump. Oh, I also forgot to showcase this. I can also super sprint with this character. So this is what how I'm going to allow people to. It's probably too fast, but again, I haven't set up any sense of scale or a proper level yet, so we'll see how fast it is. but thinking of allowing this to be accessed normally and not through like a power up barrel. Like for example, Lanky Kong's like not his normal handstand walk, but like his handstand sprint ability that he has to jump in a barrel for. I see this as an equivalent to it, but I'm not going to require people to like jump into a designated power up area or use a designated resource for this. I think it would just be best to like just allow the player to run around quickly. And you could also, because I also want to set up puzzles to where like, for example, if we head back over here to the timed platforms that Tiny can activate, or that my Tiny character can activate, I jump up here and activate these. I want to sort of set it up so that like when I activate this, a timer shows up in the UI. Excuse me. And then, oh yeah, I forgot because my character's angled, so is their shooting. Okay, so and then character would be like, oh, I need to run, and then like they would run across it and whatnot within the limited amount of time, and they wouldn't be able to make it otherwise. So that's one thing. Let me go ahead and stop for now. Back here. Okay, so we can use the pressure plates for boxes and or boulders. So that's nice. Excuse me. Uh, I'm looking at some of my documentation right now, which I actually have it like drawn out on in a sketchbook and not like on my computer. But trying to decide what I want to work on next. Uh, oh, hold on. Let me check. Uh, so I'm thinking right now of possibly making targets for my tiny character to shoot at, as you can see right here. You can shoot, but it's pretty short range at the moment. I was kind of thinking of setting up a system to how DK64 does it, to where you would like crouch and like not specifically crouch, but like just enter like a first person mode to shoot your weapon. But not quite sure how I want to handle it. Because obviously right now this is pretty short range, and it's meant to be short range. So for stuff like this is what I call the hover point. So like you kind of have to like get within range to like activate something. But if I want to have a challenge where the player shoots at targets, how? Huh. I feel like entering first person of any kind would just be like a hassle. Just like to code an entirely different control scheme. So for now, I can still set up like How far is this? It does destroy when it hits. So it's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it's about 10 of these blocks. That's fairly short ranged. I'll come back to it. I'll come back to it. Okay, so let's see. What else can we work on? I never actually made the reset button, but I mean, doesn't matter too much. Uh, let's see. Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm still in play mode. Oh, that is slow. Let me zoom back out. Okay, there we go. Uh, hmm, not that. Okay. Um, I don't quite know what I want to do next. Uh, not quite. Set up the cannon. Know what? Hmm. I'm just thinking. I have a bunch of ideas coming to mind of what I could work on and how I could implement it. Um, need to slow down a bit. Think of one thing at a time. Because besides putting these features to use and actually designing a level, designing is going to be the most, well, not, I guess not designing, but setting up the layout is going to be the most annoying part. There could, and I don't know of a more efficient way of laying out these grid boxes at the moment. Huh. All right. How would I do as Simon Says? Whew, and I am just drawing a blank. Uh, that's honestly like a whole mini game on its own. Um, Updraft. And its platform, enemies. Man, I am drawing a blank. I have just like hit a wall. I don't know what to work on at the moment. Huh. Uh, you can already guess by now. I sometimes get decision paralysis. Obviously, I'm not going to take Adderall this late at night. It's already 9:36. And before anybody says anything, I have been properly diagnosed with ADD. So, but I don't like to rely on the Adderall too much. More of just like if I need to focus on something important during the day. And it's also more because of self motivational purposes. If I'm working at my job, I've got no problem whatsoever focusing and doing what I'm asked to do. But when I'm working at home like this, it's kind of hard to focus. Although I will say, just having a stream on and just the possibility of having other people watch me makes it a lot easier to stay focused and work on stuff because it feels like it's how would I describe it? It's feels like this same feeling I get at a job where it's like people aren't, in this sense, people aren't necessarily counting on me, but like just having the presence of other people that are like coming in here specifically to view me work just helps put me in that mindset of like, okay, I need to be doing something, and might as well be working, since that's what people are expecting to see when they come to the stream, and it's labeled, uh, game development in the software, and I don't even know what this category is called. I don't watch Twitch at all. Oh, it's called software and game development. Okay. Yeah, I'm not a huge live stream watcher myself. I prefer YouTube for entertainment. But I don't. Yeah, besides doing like writing out a plan, I don't like I know I have stuff to do. Obviously, I have it written in my design documents right in my lap right now. But I don't know the plan of action I'm going to take at the moment because there's some stuff that needs some lengthy setup, and I kind of don't want it to be like last stream. I kind of want to do some research prior hand to where I'm not just like watching videos and barely talking. So I think for now I'm going to end it a little bit early, but next time I will be prepared to uh like I will have a game plan to tackle this stuff. So if anybody stops by, thank you for watching. And if you're watching this VOD, thank you for watching as well. And we will continue our work later.